Most people thought Daniel was wasting his life. Night after night, he worked alone while everyone else was out living theirs. What nobody knew was this: every night after midnight, Daniel was building something nobody could see, and one day, that invisible work would change everything. It was 2:17 in the morning. The city was asleep. The streets were quiet. Most lights had already gone out. But inside a small neighborhood grocery store, the fluorescent lights were still buzzing overhead. And standing behind the register was a tired young man named Daniel. Dark circles under his eyes, worn-out sneakers, a cold cup of coffee sitting beside him. Every night felt exactly the same. Customers walked in, customers walked out. And every single night, Daniel watched people living the kind of life he dreamed about. Nice cars, nice clothes, smiling faces. Meanwhile, he spent his nights scanning groceries for minimum wage. Sometimes he would look around and quietly ask himself, "Is this really all there is?" But nobody knew what happened after his shift ended. Because when everyone else went home to relax, Daniel went home to work. Not for entertainment, not for video games, not for parties. He stayed up because he believed there had to be something more. At 4 o'clock in the morning, when the world was completely silent, Daniel opened an old laptop. The screen was cracked. The internet barely worked. But his dream was still alive. Night after night, he taught himself graphic design using free videos online. No expensive course, no mentor, no shortcuts. Just curiosity and a refusal to quit. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. And honestly, most people thought he was wasting his time. His friends stopped inviting him out. His girlfriend walked away. Even his own father once looked him in the eye and said, "You need to stop chasing dreams and start living in reality." That sentence hit harder than Daniel wanted to admit, because deep down, he was already fighting those same doubts himself. There were nights he almost gave up. Nights he sat staring at the screen, feeling lost, feeling behind, feeling like success only happened to other people. But every time he thought about quitting, something inside him pushed back. A quiet voice, a small voice, a stubborn voice. It said only 2 words: keep going. And sometimes, those 2 words are enough to change a life. One winter, life got even harder. Daniel's mother became seriously ill. The medical bills started piling up fast. The little money he earned disappeared almost as soon as he got it. Suddenly, life wasn't just difficult, it felt impossible. So Daniel made a choice. He picked up extra shifts, more hours, less sleep, less time, more pressure. Day after day, week after week, he pushed himself beyond his limits. His body was exhausted. His mind was exhausted. Some days he felt like he was carrying the weight of the entire world by himself. But something strange was happening. The struggle was changing him, quietly, slowly, without him even realizing it. Pain was teaching him discipline. Loneliness was teaching him focus. Failure was teaching him patience. Most people never see this part of the story. They only notice success after it arrives. They never see the years spent becoming the person capable of handling it. Because success isn't built when life is easy. It's built when nobody is watching. It's built in rejection, It's built in sacrifice. It's built during the moments when quitting feels completely reasonable, but you choose to keep going anyway. Then one ordinary night, after 7 long years, something happened. Before leaving for work, Daniel uploaded one of his designs online. Nothing fancy, nothing groundbreaking, just another piece of work. In fact, he almost didn't post it at all. He nearly closed the page and moved on. But for some reason, he clicked publish. Then he left for work and forgot all about it. The next morning, his phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Notification after notification, message after message. At first, Daniel thought something was wrong. Then he opened his email and froze. A major fitness company had discovered his work. They wanted to talk. They wanted to hire him. For a few seconds, Daniel just stared at the screen, unable to process what he was reading. His hands started shaking, not because he was afraid, because after years of feeling invisible, someone had finally noticed. Someone had finally seen the work, the sacrifices, the effort, the years nobody knew about. That single email changed everything. Not overnight, not magically, but it opened a door that had been locked for years. And once that door opened, Daniel never looked back. Over the next few months, everything started to change. The company hired him. Then another client reached out, and then another. Word started spreading. People began sharing his work, recommending him, talking about him. For the first time in his life, opportunities were finding him. Not because he got lucky, because he had spent 7 years preparing for the moment they arrived. That's the part most people miss. They see the breakthrough, but they never see the preparation. They see the success, but they never see the sacrifice. A few months later, Daniel stood inside the grocery store one last time. The same store, the same counter, the same fluorescent lights, the same aisles he had walked through thousands of times. But this time, everything felt different. Because he wasn't standing there as someone trapped by his circumstances. He was standing there as someone who had changed them. As he looked around, memories flooded his mind. The long nights, the exhaustion, the self-doubt, the fear, the moments he almost quit. All of it had led to this moment. Daniel smiled, then quietly walked out the front door. Not because he hated the job, not because he was angry, but because he had finally earned the freedom he spent years fighting for. For the first time in a very long time, he felt proud of himself. Not proud of the money, not proud of the recognition. Proud because he had kept a promise to himself. The promise he made years earlier when nobody believed in him. The promise to keep going, even when progress was invisible, even when nobody was cheering, even when the results seemed impossible. And now, that promise had changed his life. So friends, what did this story really teach us? The first lesson, the work you do in the dark never goes to waste. When nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when nobody even knows your name yet, that quiet, unseen effort is literally building the foundation beneath your feet, brick by brick, night by night. The second lesson, hard seasons don't mean wrong directions. Those 7 years for Daniel weren't lost time. They weren't a mistake. They were preparation. every single day of it.